Ready? Hello. So I know there are people in here. I just typed a message on the chat box. I want to check and see and make sure you guys are here. I know there's a couple people over there in the chat box. So if you see the chat box below the video, if you'll scroll down to that, please, and type in that you can see me and you can hear me and that everything is going okay. I want to make sure that that's the case before I get started. I just said hello. Wait, I just said hello in there. Okay. Oh, it's making me log in. How annoying. Okay. But I will get it done. I was just finishing up my slides, and I'm very excited about doing this presentation for you today. Just want to make sure that you can actually see me. Okay, I just said hello in the group. Can you guys see me? I'm not sure what you're watching through. If you're watching on your phone, though, you would not be able to actually, it's difficult to get to the chat box. It's kind of wonky. So, but if there are any live viewers on the, on a computer, that would be awesome if you would say hello, okay? All right, I will get started here in just a second. There are 4 people shown on the thing. I bet you're on, I bet you're on the phone. Is that the case? Okay, all right. Well, I tell you what, you never know how many are really showing up or really in the room. Sometimes there's delays and lags, and you just hope that everything's working. And I believe that, I mean, from what I can tell, it's working here. And so my internet is connected, and I can type into the chat and things like that. So also, actually, I can just hit YouTube and see. Oh, yep. People shown. Okay, it's working. Okay, all right, what I'm gonna do is, I've got a presentation for you. I'm very excited. I put this together for you, and I think that you will enjoy it, okay? So let me get to my presentation, and then I will screen share with you. I was looking for a picture of one of the guys that did one of the discussions from the Catch.me company, but I couldn't find his picture for some reason. I guess I don't remember his name. So I just won't have that on there. So give me just a second. I'm going to go over and get my presentation ready. And then I'm going to screen share with you so that you can see what I'm doing. Okay. All right. So if you are on the computer and you can see the chat box below the YouTube video, please type in there your name, where you're from, and if you have any questions, and I'll try to get to those either throughout or at the end. It just depends on if I get distracted or not. I have a lot of material to cover today because I want to give you as much as I possibly can. Okay, so I hope you can see my screen. I'm going to double check that before I move on. I think, how do I do this?
I bet you are on the phone. Is that the case?
I think I can scroll through to be.
I'll tell you what, you never know how many are really showing up or really in the room.
Give me just a second.
Delays and lags, and you just hope that everything's working.
Okay, so that's delayed. It's not going to be able, I'm not going to be able to see on that. Okay, so I'm going to assume that you can see this, and if everything goes wrong, like it does happen from time to time, I will get you the slides and the recording, and we won't worry about it. Okay, so anyway, my name is Sally Hendrick. I went to New York last week to the Periscope Summit, the very first one. Very exciting. And oh, there's, hey Laura, hey, thank you. So you can you see the screen right now, Laura? Can you see the my screen sharing where I've got the Periscope highlights showing on the screen? If you'll just let me know that would be really helpful. But I'm going to go ahead and keep talking because this picture is not extremely important right now. Anyway, so I went to New York. The summit was September 22nd through the 24th. I got there on the 20th and did just rested a little bit, saw a friend, cousin, and then I went to a mastermind of Kimber Luna's. It was a Freedom Hackers mastermind, and then the Be True brand you people went to dinner, and that was really fun. And then we had some after hours with Kimra and with Zach Spuckler and with JFO, thank you, JFO, who's Jennifer Forcelli, and who else? Andra, I can't remember Andra's last name, and then maybe Bolin or something like that, and some other people. Anyway, we had a great time that night. A guy named Tim as well, and then the next day, it wasn't until Tuesday night, I believe. Is that right? Yeah, Tuesday night was when the opening party was. And so we got to go to that and meet a lot of people and socialize that way. It was a huge group, and it was kind of weird because everybody was walking around with their phones scoping, and it was like, hey, this is live. Let's talk to each other. But everybody was so worried about scoping and all this, and so it was kind of funny, kind of annoying. But that's just because I don't like all those things going on at the same time. All right. So that's why I'm not scoping this webinar. I cannot scope and handle the chat box and all the technology all at the same time. It's too distracting. All right. So again, I'm Sally Hendrick. My website is go-sally-go.com. Most of you probably know that because you've signed up for my list to get into this webinar. And I am an online business strategy and technology coach. I've been an actuary for over 23 years. I'm still doing that. What's an actuary? I'm a statistician. It's a very specialized type of statistician for the insurance industry. And I live in Nashville, Tennessee. I also have a husband of 21 years and 3 daughters, and they all have red hair. So I don't know, you might be able to see them when I put the screen back on. I think I've got a big picture behind me. But I ventured into this world of online teaching and coaching a couple of years ago. I started with fitness and nutrition. I had gone through a weight loss journey, and I had used a fitness coach, and I lost nearly 50 pounds. And now granted, I lost that in kind of 2 different chunks. I do better if I concentrate for a while and lose and then maintain and then try again. And I felt the love and the need of the sharing. And so I started doing that online and became a coach myself. But then after time, you go through your friends and you try to get your friends to come and join you, et cetera, et cetera. And I decided that I really wanted to reach out to the world and really help people with their online technology, because I had learned so much on my own and then started taking classes from Kimber Luna and then a lot of other things that I did as well. And I decided to go ahead and just create my own program and start coaching and bringing that to the world. And I just want to share some of that with you today. Okay. All right. So just to go into what my business is about, and I hope you can see this right here. I want to hide that thing. Okay. These are my button logos, which you would probably see on a lot of my emails and things like that. I teach people how to email market. I use MailChimp specifically. I am dabbling into some other programs so I can at least be versed in those. And I've noticed that they pretty much work very similarly. You've just got to understand the whole process. Once you understand the process, you can pretty much translate it easily across different platforms, okay? The way that I teach people is through step-by-step tutorials, screen sharing. I show you exactly on the screen what to do, and I teach you how to do your funnels, list building, and adding value, and all sorts of other things within MailChimp, okay? In addition to that, I help people with their branding. I also do step-by-step tutorials on that because I'm teaching you how to go find fonts and logos and colors and how to hook all those things up, how to do your graphics. I also teach people the hook, which is something new that I've come up with. And basically that is finding your signature item, your signature thing, like mine is the glasses. So what are your glasses? I also have a quick optimization tool that I'm creating right now for social media optimization, and it's going to be like the quickest way to run through to update all your headers, to update your profile pictures, or whatever it is across social media. And I'm doing step-by-step tutorials on that. In addition, I am teaching other things about branding, so but the tutorials are very tech-based online. In addition to that, I teach people about outreach, and I show them how to hook up webinars using free tools. I also help with target market research and then advertising and promotion, which I know how to do all the Facebook ad stuff and the retargeting and the pixels and all of that. So I'm teaching people that in tutorials as well. So that's pretty much what I do. I have a lot of other things that I do, but this is the basic package, if you will. Okay, this is a logo you may see of me with the car, and I'll just keep going through that. Go Sally Go, there's my website. Okay, but on to the social part. So at Periscope, at the summit, I got to meet a lot of great people. Jennifer Forcelli is in the top left with me. In the middle, I've got Jen Lehner, Kimra Luna, and me. And then on the bottom left over, below Kimra, well, that's Kimra with the skull sweater on. She's climbing the fire escape. This was one of those after hours parties. And then below that is Shannon. Oh goodness, I forgot her last name. I'm sorry, Shannon. I don't have her last name right in front of me, but it starts with an L. And then over on the right, we've got Sean Thomas, which I thought was hilarious. He lives down the street from me, and I had no idea who he was, but he's got a business called Ask a Millionaire. And then below that, we've got Zach Spuckler and Kimra Luna, and then a guy named Tim, who's a Beachbody coach, and then we've got the panel across the bottom, and Jen Forcelli again with Kimra on the right at the bottom. And I told Jen I would give her a shout today. JFO's got her, she's JFO, the Cosmic Firecracker. She's actually got a program that she's launching right now, her Cosmic something Academy. But anyway, I'm gonna make sure that I put her link and everything in my replay email so that you guys can hook up with her. She and I had so much fun, and she does a comedy show on her Periscope every night, and it is just the funniest thing I've ever seen. She is excellent. She knows how to read people's birth charts, and she's just a fun person to be around. Okay. All right. So what I want to go into first is what you're here for, which is to let you know about the changes that are happening right now and things that are coming about. Okay. I need to go back to the chat box, make sure that I can see you guys in here. If anybody has anything to say. Okay, I don't see anything yet. All right, so from catch.me, this is a permanent scope capture. If you don't have an account on catch.me, you need to get one, because you know how on Periscope your scopes are gone 24 hours later? Well, instead of saving it on your phone and taking up all your space, or trying to download it and upload it somewhere else, it's such a pain. Catch.me will just capture it automatically for you. And they're making improvements. They're a new technology, just like Periscope, and they're making improvements. So the 3.0 player will be full screen view, yay. Scrubbing, which is excellent. Scrubbing means that you can fast forward through the videos and back. That's the most annoying part of Periscope, is that if I lose connection or something and I want to try to watch a replay, you always have to go back to the beginning. And who's going to wait? Who's going to wade through that to the end when you're trying to get to some information? So now you can scrub, and actually that feature is happening right now. So it's not something you have to wait for. The hearts and comments stay with the scope, and they're in real time. I think that's happening right now too. Use Chrome to go back and watch. There's also what's coming. You've got troll control. You can delete comments and block people. It is, I mean, granted, you could block them on Periscope before, but you can block them on your catch and delete their comments in the replays so that they're not there anymore, which is great. It's really annoying when people put nasty things into your scopes. Okay, so there's also an embed widget. Basically, that means that you can embed the videos into something else so that you can show them another way. RSS is available. That means you can have an RSS feed. All your catches would be in your feed. The use of that is incredible because you can put an RSS feed on your website. You could put an RSS feed into Hootsuite to be automatically posted into a group. Think about all those Periscope groups out there. Wouldn't it be nice? Now, some of them don't, they make you post underneath the comments, so it would be difficult there. But if you had your own group and you wanted people to see your replays, you could RSS Hootsuite it automatically into your group or even just onto your Facebook business page. And that's something that I teach people how to do as well. Other than that, you can do SEO on your catch. You can customize your profiles. And social cards are coming out, which is great. I don't know if you know what that means, but you know how you post your link to your Periscope somewhere and this weird picture always shows up, and it's typically like the first couple of seconds it does a snapshot of whatever your camera captured when you started your scope. Well, wouldn't it be better if the social card was actually like your logo or your picture or something like that, or something to identify you, which is what we all want to be able to do anyway. Also landscape and portrait capture, which I think that's already happening too. So those are some of the features of the 3.0 player. And Laura, are you still in the room? We want to check, or who else is in the room? If you would type in the comment box so I know that you can see everything okay. Just keep me informed that I'm still okay. All right, the next thing about Catch Me, the next frontier, they are going to be adding search and discovery. So you can look up people, search hashtags, things like that. It'll be easier to find. There is a search, I think, where you can search maybe you could search just the @ symbols, but it's going to be a little more comprehensive than that, okay? Also, they don't call it recatch, but I call it recatch. If you don't have catch and then you get it and you've got a bunch of, thank you very much, love you too. If you don't have catch, but you've got some scopes up there that are still in the Periscope feed within the 24-hour window, no problem. Before it expires, tweet it with hashtag catch in the tweet, and catch will capture it for you. So go get if you've already got scopes up there now and you don't have an account yet, but you want to capture those, go ahead and get your account and then go back to your scopes that are up. Sorry, sorry, it's over your head, but this is real quick stuff, but I'd love to discuss it more in my groups with you as well afterwards. So once you get onto this and get into the whole Periscope and catch world, you will absolutely love it. So anyway, do that with the catch, with your retweeting your scopes, put the hashtag in there. Or if maybe there was an error, maybe you lost connection and something happened at the end of your scope and it didn't catch it for some reason, then go back and check that and then do the hashtag catch in a retweet, and you will capture it. Okay. All right. Other thing, content. First of all, you own your content. I watched a webinar yesterday, or a blab yesterday, about people like taking your content, and they're like, well, it's out there in the public, so it's public domain. It's like, well, no, that's not true. It's out there for the public to see, but it is not for the public to use. There's a big difference, okay? With the Catch Me, you do own your content. Catch doesn't own it. They can't go and do stuff with it. Nobody can go and take your stuff. I mean, sometimes they will, and you do have to, watch for things like that, and there are methods for that, but you own your content. So know that you're safe there. You can also make it private. This is in the next frontier. This is not what's happening right now, but it's what's coming up, okay? You'll be able to make it private. You'll be able to download it, turn it off so no one else can catch it. Some of these features are already kind of in there. It's like a little bit's coming every day. Just go back and look at your account and see. Okay. Yeah, Laura, I would love to help you with any of the technology. Okay, WordPress plugin is coming. You know what this means? Do you have any idea how good this is? First off, I get it first because I was at the summit. Everybody who was in the audience who sent the email to the address they gave and mentioned that they wanted the WordPress plugin and that they were at Summit will get the plugin. So I got that confirmed today because I was going back through all of my materials and I was like, hey, I want to make sure that this is true. And the WordPress plugin basically means you can put a plugin on your website. So you could have a catch page and it would just automatically be available for you to put catches on your, on your website, which is incredible, incredible, incredible. Okay, next. All right. The first guy, this was not the guy that talked first, and I cannot remember the guy that talked first, and I am so, so sorry, and I kept looking for his picture, but I just ran out of time and his name. But Brian Fanzo got up and talked, and I'll be honest with you, I didn't see Brian's speech. I was not there at that particular panel or speech that particular time, but I went back and watched it because all this stuff is on Catch. Oh, you might not be able to see some of these words. Oh, I'll have to fix that later. But anyway, Brian is what did he call himself? Some sort of like, I don't know, social justice evangelist or something like that. I don't remember what he called himself, but he is talking about our responsibility as the Periscope community, because obviously the people who are on there now, who are in business and who are doing, work for social good and for positive change in the world, we are responsible to make the Periscope community a good place. So first off, on Periscope, we're watching 40 years of video in one day. That's how much Periscope is doing right now. That much of video in one day. We have a moral responsibility as the Periscope community to bring social justice and awareness to the world. We can make a difference. And then this was funny. He was talking about Mother Teresa, and he said, I alone cannot change the world, but I can live stream a stone across the waters to create many ripples. All right, so keep that in mind when you're scoping. Be aware that you are bringing stuff to the world, and it needs to be a positive message and a good place to be. We don't want it to be like, the troll center. All right. Okay, so the next thing. Now I'm going to move to Alex Pettit. Alex Pettit is absolutely the most popular person on Periscope who is doing business this way, okay? Now, you've got some other people who are popular. They're like, I guess you would call them celebrities in a different way, but he's got 55 million hearts. He knows what he's talking about. You should go and follow him. His scopes are great. He gives you all the information that you could ever want to know about Periscope. So if you want to know the latest thing, you need to follow him and go watch his scopes, okay? And you can go to catch.me and watch his scopes. You can also go to alexpettit.tv and find information. He's actually working with the BBC right now to hook up some way of getting because journalism is changing, because broadcasting is now coming directly from our phones. You know how the world is changing, especially, think about all the news in the U.S. with what we see with the police and the racial injustice and the different things that are going on. A lot of truth is coming out that was hidden in the past, and so it's changing the face of broadcasting. And it's not going to necessarily change history, but it will definitely change our kids' history, because it will be the truth. It will be, what people are actually seeing, and they can prove it. So journalists are having to change the way that they are gathering information, because they don't get to scoop it anymore. They could run and try to get there first, but there's always going to be a citizen there first. And the journalist job is going to change into having to gather the information as appropriately as they can to then reformat it and get it out to the world. So Anyway, and he's very involved in that with the BBC and other news channels around the world. Okay, so first off, how long did it take these platforms to reach 1 million users? Twitter, it took 2 years. Facebook was 10 months. Instagram, 2.5 months. And only 7 days for Periscope. That's amazing. Amazing. So yes, you need to be in it because everybody's going to be there. It's where you need to be. Okay, so what is coming? This is the coolest thing because, I'm a statistician. So this really, really, really whets my appetite for what's coming down the pike. There will be call to action buttons. You know how we have call to action buttons on our Facebook business pages where people can click on it and sign up or learn more or whatever. They're going to be call to action buttons on our scopes. You will be able to put an opt-in with that on your Periscope account, which I'm going to show you. Stay tuned on the webinar because I'm going to show you how to do an opt-in, just a real quick type thing with MailChimp. Statistics, duration stats of the views. How long do people watch? Location of viewers, total comments, total hearts. A lot of these things we can kind of see now, but you're going to actually have a button next to everybody's face that you can see on your scopes, and you will be able to click those buttons and tweet them and send direct messages to them. If they watched your scope, you can then go back later and connect with them. Now, how cool is that? Also, split screen is coming. So you could scope with someone else, give them, permission. I'm not sure how it's going to work exactly, but I guess you give them permission to get on the scope with you, and they'll be side by side with you. So you can do little co-hosted webinars right there on a scope, which is so cool. Okay. In addition, drill down statistics. Now this is where I get very excited. Live viewers, screenshots, web viewers, Apple viewers. You know how you see those web viewers and you see that you saw, maybe you had 5 or 6 viewers that were on a cell phone, and then there's like 18 more viewers on the computer, the web viewers. You'll be able to actually see who the web viewers were as well. And you can see their profiles and follow and communicate with them. You'll be able to see afterwards who shared or tweeted. And I'm not talking about looking on the scope and having to watch to see who did what. You're going to have a chart where you can see this. You can see who shared or tweeted. You can see, you can tweet viewers directly from this dashboard. You can see the top 10 commenters, the top 10 heart givers, the history of every commenter and what they said throughout the scope, how many people were there and who, and comparison charts. It just goes on and on and on, all of the statistics that you're going to be able to see, and it's going to be extremely valuable to how you bait and switch with your business, okay? All right, Periscope tips. Now we're going to get into a little bit of training, and I'm going to tell you some tips of what to do, and then I'm going to actually show you how to do an opt-in with a free MailChimp account, okay? Every time you scope, you need to add value, and I can't stress that enough. If you think you're giving away too much information, you're not, because you are presenting your knowledge, your abilities, and your personality. And everybody knows how to go search and find things. But if they find someone they can trust and they feel like they can get valuable information from over and over again, then that is how you grow your business. All right? So don't worry about giving away too much value. Obviously, tell who you are, what you do, that sort of thing. And also, when you start a Periscope, please start the screen pointing at something that's pleasing at the moment, because the social card is going to be something that you want to be, you want it to look nice. Right now, when you copy the link of a Periscope and post it on Facebook, for example, the picture, that little square picture that pops up, yeah, there's going to be a replay. Yes. When the square pops up, oh, hey, Tanya. Wait, is that Tanya who I talked to in the last couple of days online? whoa, gosh, what was your last name? I want to talk to you. Oh, I know. I saw you're doing that nonprofit for kids or something. I remember. Okay. I think that's you anyway. Anyway, so when you start your phone, point it at something that that looks good, because those first couple seconds, it's going to capture the screen, and that's what's going to be that little square when you copy it. Now that's going to change later on, but that is something that for now, that's what you need to do. Otherwise, it just looks like a big mess, and nobody has these pretty pictures with their Periscope links. All right. Start talking immediately rather than waiting for people to hop on. Granted, with webinars, you do kind of wait around a minute for people to come in the room, because you know you're about to sit down for a little bit of time, and it's different than a Periscope. On Periscope, you've got to have the thought in your head that people are going to be watching these replays, and the replays are going to be on your Catch Me account. So make sure that you're talking immediately and you're just going right at the information, because people can watch those replays very easily. And if you're just sitting there hanging out for, 10 minutes waiting for more people to come in, you're not going to get anybody watching your replays. Okay, the other thing, use hashtags in the title and emoticons to capture attention. Make sure you put titles on your scopes that mean something, okay? Because people search and they're always looking for hashtags, so make sure that you do that, all right? Greet your viewers, interact with them. They're there like standing in the audience and you're on stage, and it's interactive. Don't disappear. Yes. Hey, Tanya, how are you? Don't disappear from your viewers. Don't just talk like it's a monologue. You need to be able to interact with people because they're there to watch you, and the whole interaction of Periscope is what is so cool. Oh, gotcha. I'm sorry. I met a Tanya yesterday, and I mixed you up. All right. Okay. So what was the next thing? Okay. Mention what you do and how to contact you at least halfway through the scope, and again at the end. Hold up a sign with your link to avoid misspellings. So if you're giving out a link to a particular opt-in, make sure that you have it written on like a whiteboard or a piece of paper or something so you can hold it up to the screen, because with Periscope, you're not allowed to type back into the chat box yourself unless you're using like another phone. And I mean, who really has all that? So make sure that you hold up a sign and you give your links out at least a couple times through. And then also give an easy link to an opt-in to sign up for your freebie. You don't want to give them sallyhendrick.leadpages.co/Periscope live webinar. Don't give them that. Go and make a bit.ly link, bit.ly or whatever. There are other ones that shorten links for you too. You can even customize those. And so go make yourself an opt-in link that is shorter that you can give to people. Also, be very specific when you go and create a list for people to sign up from your Periscopes. Bring them into the same list so you're knowing how much attention you're getting on Periscope. You need to know how many people are coming from that way. A lot of people are building their list by the hundreds every day, and it's crazy. I'm getting about 100 a week. So it's working. All right. Have a fun already. Okay. And also, once you do your opt-in link and get people into your email list, make sure you have a funnel set up so that they get some sort of information back, because most likely you're offering them some sort of freebie, and you want them to come over to your site and sign up on your list. And that's how you pull them in, is offering them something. Okay. All right. Opt-in procedure on MailChimp. All right, I'm going to just tell you what this is, and then I'm going to show you. Whew. Okay, it's 12:30. I want to make sure that I don't go too long, but I want to make sure I get through at least the very simplest parts. MailChimp is free for up to 2,000 subscribers for the basic functions. Write this down. go-sally-go.com/get-email-it. Write that down. I am going to email it to you afterwards, but put that down. I have a free class on how to do this, okay? So you can go do, get the tutorial from me and get in there and get it now, and you can, see how to do that. You won't have to just understand from here. I'm going to teach you how to create a list and find the URL, okay? And then I'm going to show you right here how to do a bit.ly link to shorten it, and then create, or to make it memorable, and then create your opt-in funnel, which my free class doesn't go as far as into the opt-in funnel, but I'm going to show you how to do that. And then give this particular list URL to your Periscope viewers on all your scopes. That way, they will be coming in. You're welcome. Who is that? Because you're anonymous now. Maybe Tanya. I don't know. Tanya or Laura. Okay. So you're, well, sorry, I lost my train of thought. Anyway, I said what I was going to say. Let me go back here. Oh, okay. What I'm going to do is switch over to, excuse me, just a second for all the changes. I got to make sure that I do this right. Catch me, guy. Not that. I'm going to go to MailChimp, and I'm just going to show you. When you go get a MailChimp account, if you already have one, great. If you don't, my tutorial that's online at that web address. Hi, Carrie. How you doing? My tutorial that's online at that web address is it gives you the link to go get a MailChimp account, and it gives you the Facebook group where we discuss all that, okay? So you're going to sign up for free, do your normal sign up type stuff, log in, go here. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to go to lists, and I'm going to create a list. All right. And I'm going to call it I'll tell you what, Periscope leads. How about that? Periscope leads. And it's going to come from my email address and from me, and you found me on Periscope. That's why they signed up. There's my address, my business address, and then you can choose to get a summary of when people sign up or not. I choose not to because I just don't have time for too many distractions. I go and look every once in a while anyway. Periscope leads, okay? So I've created a list. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to get that link. Sign up forms, general form, and right here it says sign up form URL. This is your link. Now scroll down a little bit further and you're going to see what it says. It says on here email address, first name and last name, which is what it's going to ask for when somebody goes to that link. Well, I'm going to tell you right now that people are weird about giving their last names at times. They're getting better about it, but people can be weird about it. So why don't you just take that part off? Like click on last name, click the minus, delete the field. And then also, people intuitively like to do their first name first. Give me a second. They like to put their first name first, so you can click on that and then you can move it. And so they'll type in Sally and Sally at go-sally-go.com and then subscribe to the list. So this is what they're going to see, and I'll prove it to you. I'm going to copy this link right here, and I'm going to open another window. And see, Periscope leads right here. All right. Now, I don't really want that to say Periscope leads. That's just the name of the list. But I can customize this by changing it. I can put an image there. You go in and you make it. See, use image. You just click there. Go in and make it what you want it. You can even get into design it, which is a little bit fancier. You can do things a little bit more fancy in that way and change colors and stuff. So that would be the link where you would send people to get on your list. All right. And let's say that they signed up for a freebie. And let's say that your freebie was maybe to get some sort of document from you, something you've created. Maybe it's a meal plan. Maybe it is top 10 tips on something, Periscope, I don't know. Maybe it is a free class on learning how to do an opt-in like this, okay? So what you would do is, see how I'm still here on this Periscope leads on the sign-up forms? There's a drop-down box right here. When you click that drop-down box, go down to final welcome email, okay? What it's gonna do is, when they sign up and then they confirm their email address, make sure you turn this on, send a final welcome email. Go down here, and then it's gonna say, for your records, here's a copy of the information you submitted, blah, blah, blah. This is where you can go in and say, your subscription to our list has been confirmed. Please get your free thing here. All right, and then highlight that, click that little button right there, and you could put a web address where to get it. If it's a Dropbox file, you could put the link to the Dropbox right there, to the Dropbox file, the specific file. Make sure you go and test all this out to make sure you're sending out what you really want to send out, okay? So pretend like you're signing up for the list yourself and just test everything. Maybe I want people to just join my Facebook group, okay? And so I would put the URL of my Facebook group right here. In fact, that's what I'm going to do so I can show you how I would test it. Groups / Crush Success Club, insert, okay? And then you could even put on here, you know, like an image, which I've got, you know, an image here, and insert the image, and XO Sally, that's kind of how I end things usually. You can also do this. You can do hello space over here where it says merge tags. They've already given you their name, their first name, so just click that and put first name and then like an exclamation point. Hello, first name. Your subscription to our list has been confirmed. Please get your free, you know, or please join my free Facebook group here, okay? All right, so click that, done, it's ready to go. Of course, I would change the title. I'd probably put an image up there, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. And then, of course, remember that send a final welcome email. If you don't have it clicked on, it won't send, okay? Now, I'm going to go back to the drop-down box, go back to the sign-up form, and I'm going to take this link, and I'm going to test it again, okay? All right, I'm testing it. This is what came up. I'm going to put in Sally. Sally at Go Sally Go, subscribe to list. And then it says, we need to confirm your email. To complete subscription process, please click the link in the email we just sent to you. Okay, I'm going to test that out for you and show you that it can be done. And let's make sure that I've got the message. I did do the Go Sally Go email, right? Sometimes it takes a minute. Hello, come on. If it doesn't work right now, it will work. Just sometimes things can be slow on how it goes through the process. But that was the sign up form, and I signed up for the list, and I'm waiting for it to come through. There it is, right there. Click on that. Please confirm subscription. Yes, subscribe me to the list. Once I click that yes button, then that means that email actually gets put into my list. Now I'm going to go back over here. I'm going to go to my list, and it's going to take a minute, but it'll come in. I'm just going to keep refreshing. I'm sorry to have you guys wait, but it will come. See, it still says I have no subscribers, but I know I do because I just signed up. I hope you're still with me there. Just be patient with me because you will have to do this when you're when you're setting all this up. I'm going to close that. Go back. Look again. All right. you know what, I may come right back to that. What's going to happen is, though, is that I will be on there, okay? I'll be on the list. My email will be there, and then once my email address gets on there, then MailChimp will automatically send that welcome email to me, and then I'll open the welcome email and I'll see, oh, here's the link to join that Facebook group I really wanted to join, and you click it and there you go, okay? So, well, it's taken a minute, so I'm just going to go back to the presentation because I can come back to this in a few minutes, okay? All right, so let me get back to here. The next thing I wanted to tell you was I wanted to do one thing too to show you. I'm going to go back to Periscope leads. I'm going to go back to sign up forms. I'm going to go back to general forms. Now, what I want to do is I want to show you how to make this link look better. First, you got to get a bit.ly account, okay, bit.ly. It's free for bit.ly links. Go and take that URL, because it's weird, EEPURL. How do you tell somebody that? It's just junk. Copy it, go over to here, type it in the top, paste it there, and it's going to change it to another weird link, but I can customize it, and I'm going to call it, what should I call it? Because I want to keep this. Scope with Sally. Scope with Sally. Save. Okay, it was available. So look, that's all I have to do now when I do my scopes. I'm just going to say, hey, go to my bit.ly link, Scope with Sally, all lowercase, and you do have to, everything has to be perfectly done by case. You can't do uppercase, lowercase, and have somebody type the wrong thing in. It's all case sensitive. I'm going to copy that link and watch. I'm going to put it up here. This is the link I'm going to give them on Periscope. And it goes right back to that sign up form, okay? Now, just so you know, I actually teach people how to use lead pages, which are much sexier looking than this particular sign up box. So you can get into the much fancier stuff, but if you want to get started getting leads on Periscope, this takes 5 minutes to set up, okay? So do it. And it's free, all right? Okay, I'm gonna go back real quick and just check. Still not there. Okay, all right, it takes time sometimes. All right, now I'm gonna talk about, I actually teach people a very intensive course on MailChimp, and I'm gonna show you my video ad first, and then go through a couple more things, and then I've got some funny things at the end to talk about from the scope, from this Periscope Summit. Okay, so watch this.
Hey folks, Sally Hendrick here. Why would you want to take a course on MailChimp with me? Because you need to make it work for you. How are your list building efforts going? What do the statistics of your campaign say about your list? Who are the people in your list? Men, women, how old are they? I can show you how to find that out. My course will teach you everything in a step-by-step screen sharing method that comes with support in an online forum to ask questions when something just doesn't click for you. I can't wait to work with you and help you get over the technical hurdles that are holding you back from maximizing this program. So sign up today. You'll be up and running in no time. See you in class. Hey folks, Sally Hendrick here. Why would you want to take a class on MailChimp with me?
Okay, that's it. How do I turn this off? Okay, so that's my video. I've actually had that out for a couple of weeks now on Facebook ads and in Facebook groups and on my page and YouTube channel and things like that. So what I want to talk to you next is obviously my course. just to give you an idea of what you would get if you wanted to take it. First off, you want to know why you would want to take it. You want to build your tribe, build your list. You want to build authority, add value to nurture your list, communicate with people, own your list. If you think that you can do a business just meeting people on Facebook and not capturing their emails, you are doing yourself a huge disservice, because it's very easy for Facebook to shut you down. It's very easy for people to turn off your notifications, to leave your groups. But if you're providing value to them in an email format, you're capturing their attention by adding value that way. So most people are checking through their emails. Yes, they'll skip over them from time to time, but as long as they feel like what you're going to send to them is something that they like, then they're going to open it. Okay. All right. Also, there are legal aspects with collecting emails, and it's so much better if you use a program that automatically handles that for you. If there's spam laws, basically. And once people unsubscribe to your list, MailChimp will not allow you to add them back. They would have to resubscribe themselves. So it just saves you from legal hassle. Okay. All right. So the other thing is, I do have a freebie course, and which I mentioned earlier. It just teaches you exactly what I showed you online. I actually just gave you a little bit extra on this lesson in the webinar, but the freebie does have the description of my course in full. It also has this map, and then it also shows you how to create a list and find that opt-in link. Okay. All right. Now Run, that's another lesson. It's a very inexpensive lesson to create your opt-in funnel. And that's pretty much what I just gave you. So I just gave you a little free course and that I actually charge people for. Okay. Now the full thing that I do includes much more advanced lessons, so you can truly have a sales funnel going. You can truly communicate with your people, send them your blog posts, send them whatever it is so that they're not left out. Communicate with them and nurture them. The advanced lessons go through campaigns and templates. That's basically teaching you how to do your own designs in your emails so that they look really good, and how to include all those buttons, like really cool, like the Facebook buttons and things like that, so that people can get to your other social media. Give me a second. Whoops. My iPad was starting to die and I had to plug it in. Excuse me. The next lesson I do is an automation lesson. It teaches you how to set up automated messages so that they go out in a sequence that you select. And that is, all of this that I do is in screen sharing format. So you would be able to actually see me doing the actual steps, just like I showed you a minute ago. Segmenting and groups, that's really important for maintaining your list and for putting people in your, for marking your list. Like if you want to know how many people come from Periscope, but you don't want to have them pull into your main list right away, what you want to do is you want to learn how to group them or segment them so that you know where they came from originally. So I have my groups, my list segmented so that if I need to send out something to my Periscope followers, that I can just send a message to them specifically, or I can at least watch the statistics of where people came from and how fast those lists are growing compared to each other. The other thing you can do, you can hook up something called social profiles to your MailChimp account, and you can get an analysis of the demographics of the people who are already in your list. And it only costs like $1. So it's really cheap and really cool analysis you can do. And I show you how to hook that up. The other thing I teach you is how to read the reports. You've got to understand the statistics. If you don't understand what they mean, then you're not really going to know how to change your strategy in your communication efforts. So I teach you how to do that as well in one of my lessons. If you did the whole entire course, and the only way that you can get the beta review and the talk show feature is if you went ahead and got my course in the next couple of days. What I offer to people that take quick action is I will beta review not just one, but 2 of your email funnels for you to make sure that they are set up correctly, that they're working properly, and that they are effective. And I will make suggestions for changes if you need to do that. Okay, so you have to be open to that. I would be doing it obviously to help you to be more effective. I've done a lot of testing out there, so I feel like that I have the knowledge to be able to do that for you, okay? Also, I do a talk show every Friday, and I promote people, and I talk about their businesses. I let you come on and talk about what you do, and then we just chat about maybe your favorite online tools you like to use. We don't have to get techie with the discussion. We can just talk about your business, but we do have at least some sort of social media aspect or online tool discussion kind of weaved into that. So anyway, that's just another thing that I would let you do if you were a quick action taker on looking at my course. Okay, one thing I wanted to show you is some statistics within MailChimp that I have been capturing. Back in October 2014 is when I actually pulled in people for the first time into my list from another list that I had been keeping myself. And over time, obviously, that list has grown. I did a bit of maintenance here where I had some duplicates. Whenever you create multiple lists, if you have the same person across multiple lists, that person will count twice. And I didn't want to have duplicates. And so I went through and cleaned up my lists. And this is when I started grouping people so that they would just be within one list. Because you can bring them in different ways, but then you've got to learn how to actually, maintain that list so that you're not double paying for anyone, okay? And I teach that in the course too. And then I've steadily been growing every month since then up to almost 1,000 people. And I want to make sure that I maintain my list because once I reach 1,000 people, my bill's going to go up every month for MailChimp. So I want to make sure that if I'm close to 1,000, that it's a true 1,000. I don't have duplicates in there across lists. Okay. All right. The other thing I wanted to talk to you about was that I also do Facebook ad training. I don't do it in my MailChimp course, but I am an analytical person. I know how to read the statistics, and I've been doing a lot of testing and getting my costs down on my Facebook ads. So just to show you kind of what I've been doing over time, this is one of the analytical pieces that I can actually teach people how to read, okay? All right, the other thing I wanted to talk about was the talk show. It is a very valuable tool that I use to communicate with people. It is fun and it's free and it's on Fridays, typically around noon Central Time. Sometimes it changes. I do go and schedule the blab, so you can go to my channel. It's blab.im/SallyDowntown. Or if you want to go see my replays, I've got them on my YouTube channel. Just go to crashwithsally.com and you'll go straight to the playlist. So this is what I was talking about, where you would get featured on my talk show, okay? All right, also, in addition to that, I have a Facebook group where it's also free, and I call it it's called Success Club, but lately it's kind of become the 50 Shades of Orange Club. And people who get my orange glasses gift from me either have taken a course from me, or they've been on a webinar or a blab with me, or somehow I've met them in person somewhere at a convention or whatever, and I've connected with them and given them my glasses, and it's just been a really fun thing to be able to connect us. Okay, so 50shadesoforangeclub.com is where my Facebook group is, where we talk about things. Another Facebook group that I run is zipyourcourse.com. I use Zippy Courses, and we have a support group that helps people when they're trying to create their courses. It's totally free. Feel free to jump in there and ask questions and get help from people, okay? All right, so I would love it if you'd join me in my MailChimp class. So if you would like to go to the web address go-sally-go.com/product/email-fly, I know that's kind of a mouthful, but there it is. I will send it in a follow-up email. And the bonus for quick action is that I will beta test 2 of your funnels, 2 funnels of your choice if you purchase the course, and you must purchase by Saturday, October the 3rd at midnight Central Time. This is a group-led class. It is in a private Facebook group that is outside of that other group. This is only for paid students. And you go through modules, and then I answer questions in the group setting, and then I help you with whatever it is you need help with, okay? And I'm very attentive to my students, and it's really fun, and people have been extremely, extremely complimentary of the learning style. So I feel like you would like it. And it is $249, just so you know, $249, which is actually a steal for the time and all of the great lessons you would get from me. Okay. Favorite quotes from Summit. Grant Cardone says, nobody wants your ebook. All right. The funny part about that is ebooks are so 2014. Come up with something more clever. Come up with something that people want these days. Nobody wants to read your ebook. The world is getting less and less attentive. Their attention spans are just decreasing and decreasing. So you've got to be that next shiny object. And the ebook is not shiny anymore. Okay? My blab name is Sally Downtown. And you can find all that. When you go to crashwithsally.com, you can actually read in the description, all that information is there. Should be anyway, I hope so. Okay, also favorite quotes from Summit. This guy's name is Alex, and honestly, I can't remember what he said, but he was drop dead gorgeous, and everybody was just sitting there going, oh yeah, I'm going to his speech. Whatever. He was a great speaker. He did have a lot to say, but I have to say that he was quite distracting. So it was kind of funny. Everybody was like, oh, where's Alex? Okay, so the next thing, was that it? Is that all I was going to say? Oh, that's it. That's all I was going to say. So what I want to do is stop screen sharing and stop. All right, can you see me? If anybody has any questions, I would absolutely love to answer them. And just so you know, you can even keep asking questions in the chat box or send me an email or whatever. If you got the email about this webinar, then you've got my email. You just reply to that, okay? So go-sally-go.com is my website if you absolutely need to get back on my list or something's happened somehow. But anyway, I want to thank you so much, and please go buy my course. I'd love for you to buy it. I'd love to teach you. I'd love to build a relationship with you and get you absolutely going. You need to start building your list today. And if you get in my course, and I'm telling you, you will be doing it today. You will be building your list today. You will be scoping. You will be doing what you need to be doing, okay, to start gathering those names. So don't wait around for it. If you don't have a list, you can sit there and perfect your programs all you want. But if you don't have a list, you're going to have no one to sell it to at the end of the day. And don't wait, because it takes a couple of months to really get people going and really get to nurture those relationships. And if you don't have that time under your belt, building those relationships and adding value to your list, then you will sit there with this perfect program on the shelf. Nobody's going to buy it. Okay. So just know that you need to be building your list all the time somehow. Okay. So anyway, this is one of the best ways to do it, and it's a free thing. So anyway, thank you so much for coming, and I don't see any questions. And love you guys. I love doing this. Really, really fun. And there's my girls, if you can see them. See my little redheaded girls? They're growing up. So anyway, have a great day, everybody. And I'll talk to you soon, okay? I'll send an email in a little bit. I've just got to take a break. I've been working hard. Bye.